what I normally do anyway, because I never get most volunteers together, is I'll give out my email, put it in the chat, and whoever you have to volunteer, they have to email me with the event in times that they can work. Right? They have to correspond. They can't just show up the day of. I'm not going to be there every day. I'll be there on Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. Those are the days that I'm going to be there. Noelle is going to be in charge of Saturday in my absence because Noelle is always my right hand. For real, for real. Noelle is always like my right hand, especially at the goal. But Noelle is always my right hand and always shows up on time and ready to go. So, okay. So that's all. So today what we can do is I can get what you all are going to do. I mean, of course I don't have to print in the bag, but I can get down today what you all are going to do and what event you all are going to work.
This is what I'm going to do. There's going to be a sheet like this for every event. It's going to break down who to be expected and who is a contact person other than myself. Right? And that's what I'll fix that and I'm going to email this out. I'm going to email it to everyone so they'll have the sheet breakdown of each event. It's not going to happen. And it'll speak specifically. So what I need to know today is we're going to talk about, and you know, everybody has this now, right? Has taken the flyer from last week. Did you get one?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Work on this.
I keep getting mine away.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing. I keep giving one. So I only have one that's like crinkly stuff.
All right. So here's some of the things that are really most important. Is a few things. Everybody here should know events. You know what's happening. People are going to be asking you, what's going on? What's the next event? What's going on tomorrow? What's happening here? What's going on there? So we should always know. I have some that are printed on a cardstock as opposed to these that we fold up for everybody. And at each event, I'll put them up somewhere on the board, on the wall, so that it can still be available for, and you should always have some at the table, the front table, when we come in. So here's the things that I'm going to try to go through today. So a couple of things I want to really do today is I still got to do runs of shows and stuff that I got to submit to everybody, and I got to submit to floor players for some things. So this weekend I'm going to be focusing on that. I've got to do logistic letters to the governor and the mayor, people like the politicians that are coming for those events. So this weekend, I'm going to be focusing on doing all of those things. Outlines of what the events and stuff are going to look like, so I can cater to all the tech places and all the venues. What I'm also going to work on, again, is each event will have a lead sheet. So at the event, everybody knows what's happening. So what I'm asking is, if the event is from 5 to 9, you know you have to be there an hour before the event. Everybody knows that, right? An hour to shut down, and at least an hour to break that. So most of the events themselves are 4 to 5 hours. So they're not very, very long events. And then of course there's parties and stuff that happen afterwards, which is
Check.
Sit here.
What's your request over here? Don't sit right there. Don't sit right there.
I got a mic. I want to hear it.
No, sit right here.
So, all right, so things that we need to lock in today is who is going to be where and helping me with running the show for all these different things that happen, right? So for the Heritage Awards,
That's me.
Mondell, you're going to be at the front section.
I'll work that one.
Me too.
The lead person is going to be helping outside of me at the Heritage Awards. It's going to be Gerald, everybody. Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah. I'm sorry. It's PJ. And Blondell will be at the reception. And there should be one other person with Blondell at that reception.
It's gonna be Noel.
All right.
And I probably need about 5 volunteers.
We don't need that many this year, so it shouldn't really be that much craziness. It's just going to be very, very simple. It's just going to be, everybody comes in, there's going to be some cocktails and stuff served. There's going to be a little step and repeat here for people to take some photos and stuff. And then we will simply allow everyone to enter the theater. So the event starts at 5. By 6:15, we want everybody to start going into the theater space and sit down. We're going to try to start that program off at 6:15. There is going to be an opening performance, a dance, a live singer and a dance performance. And then I will come out, I will welcome the crowd, and then I'm going to acknowledge any politicians or political figures that are in the building. So, one thing that's most important for me is to let me know who's in the building.
That's what I mean.
Their opportunity to speak and to come up only happens in the beginning of that program. So, as I know of right now, I'm trying to set up some of the logistics. The governor and the mayor are supposed to be coming, and the public advocate. So,
James. Oh, no, not Jamani Williams,
yes.
I'm thinking of something else.
He just gave my office some, so yeah, so I definitely need at least 2 runners. I usually have like 2 runners outside of people at the.
But right now, we don't count on what's in the show.
I could do that again.
Because every year, everybody's supposed to be coming. And part of the problem, I think, was crazy, because they ain't here. So, we want to count on who's here.
Alright, so then
You can have me and him.
yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna be one to take the, special people in, the VIPs in, and sit them down, let them know, let PJ know that they're here, and he will let me know that the politicians are here. Let's wait for one name.
The other person I'm going to utilize is Chloe. I'm going to utilize Chloe as well. Or you can utilize Chloe and then you give maybe Louis or somebody to work for me, because I need someone to be from upstairs to downstairs with the dressing room areas and the green room.
Okay,
Okay?
alright.
So, other than that, I've made this event fairly simple. I'm going to keep the tech stuff very simple. There's going to be the run of the awards is very light and easy. It's not 25 awards I normally give out. We're about 15. And so I'm going to give them out in 2 sections. So there's going to be a second performance by Tona Brown. Tona is the first transgender that has played for the city president. And I've kept her performance very simple. She's not using piano and all that. She's just going to come out and do her violin. So the night should not be crazy. Craziness comes in most of the time because of the way for politicians to show up and come. Waiting for the politicians to come and show up and keeping their speeches at a reasonable amount of time. Okay?
And keeping the awarding speeches at a minimum amount of time.
So they've already,
I don't know if
been
it's
told,
awarding, but already.
they've already been told that they get, a minute, a minute and a half to speak. That's a long time. It doesn't sound like a long time, but it is a long time. So everything should pretty much run well. And there's going to also be a few spokespersons that's supposed to speak with the HIV Stop the Leak campaign. And I think that's it. We didn't really do much on a bunch of other things. So basically, most of the help is making sure that the performers that are downstairs know where their cues are, come up to the side, when they stand up on stage. When the politicians come in, that I'm alerted, so I know. And they're seated towards the front. Other than that, we'll see what happens with the rest.
Question, are you gonna time the politicians? You know they're long-winded, right?
I know they are.
They're gonna talk about themselves for like forever.
They usually, out of courtesy, most of the time they ask, how much time do I have? Doesn't mean they're gonna abide by it, but at least they ask. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is the Heritage Awards ceremony. So PJ, when I go to the shopper, walk through and start to protect underneath the door, there's where the security stuff will be set up outside, where the liquor stuff will be set up, liquor sponsors.
Is that what do you have to downstairs as well, or no?
No, I kept it very, very simple. They didn't even, so the new person that is there in the way that things kind of happen, they fall out the way we go.
Right.
So we didn't get that artwork that we were
None
talking
of
about.
that. I don't even know if they are able to be able to pull the archive. So we're not going to even structure with that. We're going to keep it very simple. There's a repeat photo archive. I'm putting it before they get to go and sit down. There is some exhibits that they do have that's going to be open, which all will be part of that first little hour subscription. But again, the most biggest thing is we're going to try to make sure that we reserve at least the front row for the politicians and stuff. And everything else, everybody else, they don't see it.
Yeah, so like the first row on the sides or in the middle?
Every model, so it's not on the side.
What? Oh, I need to see it.
And I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen it since the last time we were there in 2019.
Are you gonna have their name and title on the seat? Nothing like that? They're just gonna sit wherever?
Yeah.
And we're just gonna sit in the front?
They'll have access to the row. And most of the time, they don't have how big is the entourage, and I'm sure the government will be coming with
Security.
other details, so we need to do that. So,
Looks like the first three rows, wherever, however.
Those are the
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah, so the first two, how would it go? First three, I would even put 4 rows if the governor's coming, because she may have a longer entourage, like you said, especially with everything going on, I think they own security. So, yeah, so let's say 4 rows, I don't know how many rows.
I think we're going to need
3?
at most maybe 6. And all of them are getting awards in general season.
Yeah.
And it's not that many competitions that are playing in the company, like 4. So it shouldn't be that much.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say at least give it 3 rows, just in case of stuff. Just in case.
Other than that, let me see what else. Yeah, like I said, this will be very simple. There's no whole big gift bag process this year. There's no whole bunch of other stuff. So very, very, very simple. Nice evening. You can come out, see wonderful entertainment, get the awards. The awards this year are very, very special. They look like big time. So special awards I'm going to do for the 25th anniversary. So, and again, we're highlighting key individuals this year. Also, there will be a little tribute piece that I'm going to do for James and Fred, and I'd like to get him towards and Lawrence because they're both of them. Other than that, that's it. I'm keeping it very simple. Everybody pretty much on board with that. All right. Dress code. What are we gonna do about the dress code? You know, this is a nice night. Everybody looking nice.
Business casual, dressy, gowns, balls, all of that, if you have it, if you want to do it. Ball gowns. we do
Gowns,
it.
though,
Gowns.
gowns.
You know, the gowns,
It's a nice Sunday.
yeah, come ready to give what needs to be given.
So it all can get, so it all can get.
Although we're not turning anybody away, we want people to come and attend and look nice, but I think that as staff, I think we should all be looking elegant.
Black.
Do you want us to all in one color? Do you want us?
I'm not fussy about that either, but I want everyone to look at it.
Not,
I would say, you know, try to come in like something black.
I made black suit, 8 way suit, so this is.
I'm coming because I'm taking the train in, because if we were at the 42nd Street, I would have took the one, but being that you're gonna be all the way up there, I'm gonna take the train in, so I'm gonna be dressed down, and I gotta be dressed there. Because the dress I have.
Nobody wants to be training with the train.
Yeah, my husband and I coming, and I want to be there.
All right, other than that, I think we're good. So we have somebody working with Mondale in the front. I have somebody that's doing a runner, and again, I think I will need 1 or 2 people for a flow. When it's time to get everyone into the theaters, and directing them where to sit, making sure that, you know, the first 2 rows at least stay open for politicians and their We're good on that?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. That's one of the biggest things. The Health and Human Rights event is fairly simple. That's a dinner event, so we're just basically going to be setting up at the center. We have everything already pretty much laid out.
So is that the event that's gonna be upstairs, or no?
The Health and Human Rights will now be on the first level.
Okay.
We're coming to the center.
Okay.
Mondale, are you working that at the front for me?
I will work the front. Then I'll be there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
You need, I can do it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
it.
it's just the front,
I don't really
so
need
like,
a lot of that.
yeah.
We don't need one person because that reception is actually in the same room. It's not like at the Schomburg, she's outside of the area, then it's the reception hall, and then it's the bigger space. So
Did they change the front? Did they change the front in Schaumburg? Or did they leave that the same?
that's the part that you also say.
Okay, because then I know where I want to go.
All right. So Mondale, you doing the reception again for me to
Yeah.
help with the environment event? And Michael Robeson is the facilitator of that event. We have, I'll just probably need,
I'll be there.
one other person to.
I mean, I'll definitely.
I'll be there.
I'll be there.
You always come to that one for me.
Because I have to go.
So they have, we have like group for that or like the general, I really want to go up, but sometimes we want to go, I don't know, price. So we have like a general population.
I usually let everybody just be comfortable. They know the topics are going to be. I know.
General like even if it's not a direct question.
I know both my fingers and like that, so no, I didn't do that.
They have comments, much more professional.
They know when they're coming to people. I still have a little bit of these over here. Definitely have her. It's what's in it. Good now. Good here.
This part of it is all right.
So it's basically a panel discussion. It's dinner. It's always a nicely attended event that is catered by someone who's nicely put on. So I'm really happy about that. This year, it's not going to be a lot tabling. It's not going to be a bunch of tables. It's going to be actually 2, possibly 3. We're not really setting up a whole bunch of bigger stuff. And even those are going to be really small. So that, the health event is sponsored by a company called FactSet. And so again, they kept their table stuff, their events very small. And I said there was going to be some space for AHF and oh my gosh, and housing. They're setting up a new program around mental health. And I told them that that's the topic that they have to space introduce that program. All right. So I do need, so everybody's going to be at that rate, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The opening event? Okay.
So,
Thursday at the reflections.
I will be there. What is needed for reflection?
What I do need is a reception person sitting at the table. You're going to be sitting at the table?
Yes, and my date.
your day.
And my date.
All right, so reflections is going to be very, very, again, another simple event. Simple table, just basically getting people to sign in so we know, kind of counting numbers in the building. There's going to be a bar table. So I do need someone to work to serve at the bar who's going to be able to pour drinks, sodas, or whatever. Does anybody have bartending experience?
I mean, I do. I can make a drink.
No, not drinking experience.
No. Now, if I do the bar now, I'm telling you, people are going to pull up out of here. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I can work for it. But we're only going to spin off anyway. Yes.
I have to Google it.
Oh, yeah, I'm still not going to be alive.
You want to hold on 1 second.
We can only get off.
We want to knock them out, we do want them to.
Yeah,
Because I'll be like, oh, Smirnoff? Boom, boom,
For the
boom.
shot.
A juice.
the video was like right back there.
We had a reopen for we were going to play music from.
That's easy, that's cool.
Yeah, from the last one.
I've done it.
You're already curating the business
So, and if that's the
with a
case,
mix of
we're going to need somebody to sit there at the
Yeah, just stop it, yeah.
All right.
But I'll curate the post.
Huh?
I'll curate the post.
Okay.
mix no area around that.
I'll be there as well.
All right.
Like, not,
No, wait, what about Rule the World?
Not
what is
any.
that?
What you think?
I don't even know what that is.
Remember, this is also geared toward. No, this is geared towards.
I'll probably be there. Are you working on television? Most likely.
Rick.
Except for the 19th, because I'm going to be up here.
I'm gonna curate the playlist. I'll send you some of them here.
All right, so here's a couple of things about that that we need to know now. So there are 4 vignettes that are going to be set up with amazing photos and artwork. And then there's going to be some stuff played, some video collages that are going to be played on the screen. It's not going to have sound, it's really about people coming and having a whole visual journey. And then there's going to be kind of a talk back about reflecting on what LGBTQ life looked like before and after, the last 25, 30 years, right? And so you can see that the list of people that are coming is very diverse. So we have a little trailer film that's going to be shown about Sally's.
Oh, good.
And it was amazing to talk about the trans community and their life in such a iconic space. And we have another film trailer that's going to be shown as well. There's going to be some snippets, and so one thing that's really great is that we got these little great stuff that Lester gets here that he filmed and shot with amazing young people that are going to be here as well. And they're going to be attending the event, so they're all contemporary.
going to the ballroom, we will drive, I'll be talking about Pride, and I'll be shooting videos about Pride. Yeah, it's the
So, and that event will be hosted with you and Micah. I talked to him yesterday.
We were hosting together?
Well, you're hosting it, and he is, I mean, he's definitely going to get a kind of help you get on Saturday. But I talked to him and I told him, I said, he's really good. So, you know, trying to figure out what to do, how to fit in with you. So I told him, you should do it a little video as he's promoting it. And he's like, yeah, but the thing is he's going so much travel back and forth and out of New York. Do you have my Okay, so that's how it's going to I think he was leaving. He was going someplace up there. He didn't I'm here for 1 or 2 days, then I'll be out, then I'll be back.
So wait, are we
Yeah, you're basically hosting, but he is promoting it towards the time. Right?
Is it like he's hosting and then
Well,
like
it's
it's
not-
moderated?
Doing most of that. So originally he was going to host, but I could feel like he wanted to do it, but it wasn't 100% his comfort. So I said, oh, okay. So I said, well, and it just happens to be that's in that same temporary, that age where it's going to be,
There we go. We won't correct it.
speaking the voice of those kids, we want to have it to be we want it to be intergenerational, right? So I don't want it to be just the older generation talking about what it was. I want the younger generation to
So we need
Like
him
this, right?
on that pen phone. We need him on that pen phone.
That's why Micah's on that.
Because his voice is, and also what he's doing right now. I mean,
So Micah and Antar are supposed to be actually.
Am I on the panel? Look, I was into potato when I was 2.
Come on, 2 potato.
All right. So
I was into potato salad.
I hope something good comes out.
All right.
So, other than that, that's pretty much it. Again, a cocktail mixer, simple kind of talking conversation, a couple of strings of a couple of trimmers, and we're going to keep it really exciting and really nice, and kind of let Nolan do his thing.
so,
I will give you the updated list of the book,
and then I'll copy it.
and you can do it, kind of sit back. I don't know if we're going to go one-on-one, or do it one-on-one as a group.
What's the process?
Do some research on you first.
See the prize, see what makes sense.
I mean, but like with their names, like looking them up and seeing, like getting familiar.
So again, that's reflection. So,
Ariana comes to delivery.
huh?
Ariana Grande, when she does the job, she delivers.
Oh yeah.
I tell you, I'm the Bushman Ariana Grande. That's what
Yeah, there it is. I'm with you. All right. Saturday is the expo.
I ain't gonna be.
And so there's a lot of that pieces that are moving on with that. So anyway, Nolan is the key person at Reflections. If you don't find me, you find Nolan. Okay, everyone? And at the health event, I'm going to say, are you coming to the health event, right? So I'm going to have you be a key person with myself there. All right, so the key person at the health event, it will be Selena.
And that's Selena's event always.
Say what?
That's always your event.
All right. The expo, yes, I'm.
He's in the volunteer. So he feels like you can tell me what he's doing, you know,
He just came today because we're having a volunteers meeting afterwards. That's why he's here.
Remember, we discussed this.
Yeah. We got you. Nobody else brought volunteers. The only people came is him and Chloe. You have volunteers for me? You got some volunteers for me?
I mean, actually, they're not. They just make it together.
So the lead person on the expo is going to be Gerald.
Oh, it'll be, okay.
It's going to be Gerald,
So,
right?
no,
So now, okay, so this is Gerald. Everybody, Gerald?
I do.
All right, so now we're going to talk about these pieces of this event. There's pieces of this event, and so we have to really talk about how we're breaking that down. So the expo, as you guys know, have the pageant. It has the bodybuilding, the trans bodybuilding competition. It has the out music event downstairs going on. It has all these amazing vendors and stuff happening. And so Gerald will be the key person who is going to understand. But each piece is going to have a lead person, right? So for the pageant, I am looking for Ivana and Jose. Ivana, raise your hand. Anybody don't know who Ivana is? Ivana Superstar? To raise her hand, and they're going to be handling all the logistics stuff for the pageant. Lucky and Leilani will be handling the stuff for the bodybuilding thing. And then downstairs, I need a lead person who's going to be helping me with not just the downstairs stuff that's happening and stuff, but remember there's other vendors and stuff. So actually I probably need 2 people. Right down here. I'm sorry everybody, one night.
Like the vendors and stuff, like I came to the.
You're gonna help me with that?
But yeah, much people coming.
No, but I'm saying, I got 2 people's gonna come and volunteer. I'm sorry, where you going?
Yeah, I told you.
They come with me specifically to help with the expo, with the this part of the expo.
Okay. Hello? Hey, darling.
Oh, second listen.
I can't hear you, but I'm in the middle of the Black Pride meeting right now. Because yesterday I just event at your top there.
How many videos did you come?
Is it what? Say it again? No. Just right now, just going through the logistics of
You still gonna send the instructions for the.
Yeah, I did that.
But I'll look for you over the weekend. Okay?
When Lester gets here, we'll have a video that's going to go.
All right, so this is what I need to. So there's, the vendors are going to be set up. And you can go through that with me. And then what I needed was, and I really need Lester. Somebody check again.
I just texted him and saying where,
Yeah, I'm sorry. And we didn't get, none of the girls didn't show up for the.
He's waiting to finish
We
this.
were trying to get women to come and shoot for the TikTok. They didn't know. They didn't show up.
Well, me and one other person showed up. So.
Oh, you did shoot. Oh, I didn't know
Not
you
for
did.
that.
Oh.
But those, I have a bunch of people that's gonna do it. One. It's separate. Okay.
All right.
Nobody came for it from here, but for the other one, it's somebody else.
But it's fine. I'm gonna send them on over.
Okay, no, we're gonna talk. We're gonna
For
make that
theirs,
discussion.
they're gonna, for that one, they're gonna send their own.
He's the
For your expo though, like you talked about it before that.
No, he didn't send it. So he took it all on the
Hold on a second. Everybody, I'm so
One.
sorry. Because this is really the last meeting. Everything starts next Wednesday, so we all really have got to have one voice and understanding.
I know there's pieces that I said.
No, when I'm talking about the vendor piece, I'm saying there's 2 floors.
Yeah, so I had to wear where that costume pageant and all that stuff. Not unless you need me for if you need me for both, because I have 2 people coming with me that's gonna volunteer.
No, I want you guys to focus on 2 floors of the vendors, making sure all the vendors are where they're supposed to be and all of that good stuff. We're doing a floor plan so you can, when they come in, you know exactly where everybody gets plugged in. However, the piece that I am missing that I need to connect to is who is going to be hosting on the downstairs. The person that was supposed to do that can't do it, so I need to replace them and do that relatively quickly. And I just actually came to mind who I want that to be. That's why I'm really hoping to find out where Lester is.
Lester is a few blocks away. He's filming up. He said he'll be here by 7:45. So that's like.
So the vendors you got. We're going to have the floor plan of where they're going to be, but just so you know, our bigger major vendors are going to be outside of the vending space, and then inside the space, there's going to be, like I said, health department, which is going to be doing this whole major campaign that they have started now with the mayor's office of trying to get everyone signed up to get monkeypox. All right, so that's a big thing, and I just want to make sure that their space is there. And then the other piece to it is the HIV Stop the Me campaign table. They're going to be needed, so I need to make sure I have an extra person to be in front, because they're going to be speaking, of course, in the space. Their spokespersons do their thing, doing that stuff there, and then they're also going to come upstairs to the theater space and speak to, address the crowd at doing the trans bodybuilding thing. And so I would need someone to let them know when it's time for them to get upstairs, so they'll be for their cues, for all that stuff.
I can do that.
So we're going to have a runner show and everything done. So.
I can do that.
All right, so here's the thing. So Gerald's going to be the person that's going to be the key person, right? Hoping to think Gerald needs someone's going to be like the runner helping him for the logistics, right? So Noel, are you able to do that with Gerald? So Noel is going to be your person at the expo. Go ahead, I'm listening.
And our runner is Jada.
Oh, okay.
That's what
But you don't need a runner. You just need somebody to make sure that's going to be helping inside. Dasani's supposed to be here saying he's going to be helping you guys too, running in and outside.
You got Jada.
That's what he said, but you got Jada. You know how that is.
You got everything.
And it's not as many, everybody that was talking about, they coming. So it's not that. So we're going to split off the room. We're going to split off the room into 3 sections in that room so that whoever's performing downstairs in the out music will have some space for them to get dressed.
Upstairs?
Yeah, it's not that big of people that was everybody that was saying they were coming, their money ain't show up. So that's what it is. So there was originally 5 girls and three guys. 2 girls pulled out. 1 got COVID, and the other one her parent, her mom passed away. So as of right now, there's 3 girls and 3 guys. So we'll see. Another person said here. Exactly. We leave it as that. So at the end of the day, that's even better. So then Harmonica will have a little space for herself, and then whoever else is hosting downstairs, they get to have an area. And again, it's as of right now, there are really 2 to 3 out music artists, and they don't need a lot for their performance piece, right? The only thing that I am worried about with them is the entourage, right? Because, they come with dancers and a whole bunch of things, so I'm trying to get a count of what that is looking like for the performance. So, Japan, you are performing, and you are coming with how many people?
I have 2 dancers.
I can't hear you, baby.
I have 2 dancers. It'll probably be 7 to 10 people from my team.
They can't all be in the group. So it's going to be you with 2 dancers.
Yes.
You have space to dress.
Yes.
Your manager, assistants, and here, all of them other people, and you can't have an entourage in the room. We just don't have the space for it. But they're all welcome to be there. You get that. 1,000 people show up. It's your concert. Do your thing. Let them all come. Let them cheer, toss, spin, and turn. But they cannot go backstage.
Okay.
All right. Be very clear to them. I don't care if they're, came down from heaven. They cannot go in that dressing room. It's just simply not going to be enough space. And I don't want to be responsible for anything, just securing everything, so it's very controlled who's going in and out of the green.
You have somebody in the room that's
We're going to have somebody that needs to stand outside. Gerald and I are going to work through the logistics of that. That's why there's going to be vans, and there's going to be a security person in that area allowing groups to get back and forth with it, all right?
How many things do you need? You have Noel and Jamaican in the audience. I'm going to be at every event, so.
Yeah. All right, so
Like bracelets.
I mean, running up and downstairs.
Are you doing like bracelets and stuff
That
like that?
yeah.
We're not doing the lanyards, definitely.
no, the lanyards are coming, but we're not going to be printing lanyards for every guest and dancer and all of that stuff. That's just not going to happen.
So that's where the wristbands are more.
One helper per contestant, that's it.
Huh?
One helper per contestant, that's it.
Right. Okay. But so we're already talking about 6 of them right now for the contestants, right? That's 6 contestants, so that's 1 person per contestant.
That's
That's
12
already 12 people
12
already,
already.
right? Then you talk about Japan, and 2 other people, that's already 15 people, right? And then I don't even know
And
how
then
many
me
people
and
coming.
him.
I understand, so that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. I don't care who you're coming with, you're not. They can't have access. We can't have 40 people back there.
They should have a band.
Doesn't matter, they won't be getting no band. They have to have a band to get back there. And we have lanyards coming for the staff, not for the people. We're not giving it.
So, you know, we all get these.
Everybody that's on this committee or staff or volunteers, any staffing, they'll get the lanyards. Everybody else is gonna get a
It's on the
band.
main floor.
All right,
Yeah,
and
we
we'll
stick with that.
work
I know
out the
it's not-
colors of that. So what I do need with somebody is to remind me, because I have to get those on Monday or Tuesday. The place is closed on the weekends. I have to get the bands. All right, so somebody, general, remind me. I have to buy the bands. for
Those
that.
bands make it.
How many do you think you need?
So the color orders are, you know.
All right, so let's talk about that really quick. How many colors of bands do we need?
Depends on which floor they're on.
No. Why would you say floor? No. We need.
All right, so
So they know where we're coming. If
it's
they're-
all ages, right?
Huh?
All ages?
Yes.
Okay, so that's one to differentiate people who can drink from people who can't drink.
Okay.
Since we're not doing laminates for everybody, who gets laminates?
Laminates are
Staff.
only for staff.
Only
Okay, so we
committee
need
members.
another color for the vendors. We need another color for performers. And I guess the color for performers is the color of
That's
people
right.
who can get into the green room.
Because that's what I was thinking. If you have colors for everyone who's upstairs, like who's in the pageant, their dressers, and performers have one color, then people who are doing stuff downstairs have another color.
Well, there's another stage downstairs, and some of those people are performers as well.
Right, so that's what I'm saying. That I don't want to do it that, because then it's like buying 20 colors. I don't want to buy 20 wristbands. What I'm trying to say is, no, thanks, finish your sentence.
Because the thing is that we have to know who's coming through there. Because if you have speakers and then people are coming through,
Right,
we have
well-
to know what color means what. Like,
No, that's why I don't want to have 20 colors. It's going to become confusing. So my point is, there really shouldn't be anybody else coming backstage except for the contestants.
Right.
Uh,
Their helpers.
and the performers,
And the color.
and staff. So we don't really need that much. However, because this is an expo and general community is coming through and there will be alcohol being served, we do need 2 colors around making sure that, you know.
People are 21.
Right.
If they're under age, you get a separate
Right.
color
Right.
band.
All right. So
Yeah.
the other piece to that is we are responsible to check. Well, they said they will waive some of it around the vaccine situation. However, we still have to just at least check IDs so we know to make sure we're giving them the correct bands. And I want some kind of accountability again of numbers of how many people came in and what the demographic of that looked like. So I also want to start collecting names, right? So one of the things we're going to build with this wonderful new website that Gerald has created for us, we're going to start finding a new way to capture people's emails and names and things of that sort, right? So what I'm thinking to do,
We can't do a QR code, can we?
Yeah, that's what I was just
So I think we saw that last time.
QR code.
That's cute.
Is it expensive?
well, you're looking at me. I don't know anything about technology.
Yes.
Everybody said QR code. We said,
Yeah, they just put your phone in front of it. They just aim it
I
up.
wasn't going to say yes to speak for the man. They want
And it
a
pops
QR
up.
code.
QR code.
Oh, I know you.
You aim it at the page and the website looks like.
Go ahead, I'm
Let's
listening.
go with us. Let's
Go
go.
ahead, I'm listening. Go ahead.
This black.
Oh my God, perfect. Do a QR code for over 21 and a QR code for 18. So we trick them and say, are you 18 or are you 21? They scan the 18, show us their ID. We get their information and give them their name.
No, wait a minute. So,
Wait.
how does this QR code work?
It looks like a
Can you, do you kind of
It's the bar- it's the-
wait a minute, before we
It's
go
the
further.
one we put on the walls when we do our shows.
Do you know how to do the QR code?
No.
Oh, so why are we even having that conversation?
I could learn, but I mean.
All right, so that ain't going to work. What I was thinking was, because he doesn't have to do the QR code, so, but what I was,
That's a QR code.
no, he knows what it is. I'm talking about how to create it for that we can capture the
Yeah, there's
information.
a way to create it.
Yeah, you go to the app, it's a QR code.
Okay, so listen, let's move on from that. I don't mind to use my iPad and find a way if we could just get people to just key in simple information and we gather it like a
That
website.
may
But that's gonna make it
be a
fine.
bottleneck,
It's gonna
right?
make it fine.
So even at the Schaumburg, right? We're trying to take names down and sign people up, blah. It does create a bottleneck situation.
Right.
And the more people that you have, right, the more chaotic it's gonna be. And you're gonna need then more people to be at that front area to manage that. Then you're gonna need
Right, but what's the
people to
solution? What do you think, what do you
manage
suggest?
So-
Solution is, in my,
Go ahead, come on.
get as many as you can, and do it as slow down, you walk around.
Well, I'm also putting on, like, on the website itself, a section where people can sign up for the mailing list and things like that.
Right, so that's why we said the QR code would be quick and easy.
Right.
Because if we could get a QR code that would take them to the website right then and there, they can do it on their phone. And we don't
Right.
have to be bothered.
Yeah.
But how do you know that they're gonna follow through and do it? So,
Well, we don't, and we don't always capture everyone that walks through the door anyway.
but that's
because-
why I'm saying what I'm saying, because I don't want that to be, I don't want that to continue. We're not
Right.
capturing all the information
So
that we
what,
should be capturing.
so, and I think if that's why the QR code is that important, it's more important because you do it at the front desk.
Because
You do it at you have it at every station, that's important. And make sure, like, did you check? You'll have somebody there say, did you check, did you scan the QR code to sign up for our mailing list? Did you scan our QR code to sign up for our mailing list? You give us a donation, did you sign up? You know.
Because the QR code, just, you can have a little plastic thing and you just say, hey, scan this.
You're missing my point. I'm not disagreeing about the QR code. We don't have access to create it right now. We don't have somebody that can do that right now. So we gotta think about what we can do to get it right. Now, if you got somebody to create the QR code, I'm going for it, but nobody knows how to do that.
You just need the links.
You just need to.
What
To
links
create
do
it,
you
to
need?
make it that.
There's a way you can
So
do
funnel it that
of
way.
it right now.
The three QR codes, there's like the free
But
app.
somebody has to create the QR code to link it to the website.
You ready? Go ahead.
Who's gonna write that? Who's gonna create that?
You don't create a QR code. You go to the site and they give you a QR code. You put your information in and they just say, here's your QR code. That's what happens to your cash app. That little box thing.
Yeah.
Is that me?
That's a QR code.
I know what a QR code is, right? But Cash App creates that for you when you open it, right?
When you go to the app for QR
Right.
codes, they just give you a QR code.
Okay.
You just need the links.
You just
And
need
then
to
if you
say,
have-
hey, I need a QR code, and they send you a QR code.
In fact, you know how to do a link shortener. I mean, you don't want to do that long ugly link, right? You don't want to put www.blackpride.hhhfnice. And you do the Google shortener.
Yeah.
And you
No,
do
I
that
don't
to
know.
shorten. Okay, well you do that with the QR code.
So-
I know what a QR code is, but you'll act like you just go, oh, I got a website, give me a QR code.
Look, he knows how to do
I
it.
know how to do it.
So we can do it.
Volunteer.
So why do you ain't saying that?
There we go. Gerald, you're gonna work with him, you're gonna get the QR code, and that's gonna be the way to
I just
capture
need
everybody.
the link for the form.
And so what do you want to
Form it
capture?
is.
So what needs to be captured?
Okay, all of that that's going on, so we're not leaving here with, oh, that's gonna happen, that's gonna happen. If it ain't happening, it ain't happening. Because at the end of the day, that
That's what
sounds
you said.
QR code sounds amazing.
I
Can you
just
take
tried
5
to
minutes
tell
to show
you,
Gerald how to do it?
I can just watch a YouTube video.
Yeah.
Hold on. This is what I'm trying to say.
You know how to do it?
This is app you can create
QR code.
So we just need two.
And you can link it to the
Japan,
website.
you wanna go stuff with these right now and
There's
just,
an app.
what, wait,
It's right here.
we probably can move on to the next day.
There's an app.
And you can,
And there's more than one app.
Yes.
Yes.
You can link it to the website.
You just link it.
It's in the app store.
Now,
Step back with
Right now before we leave out, and it's done.
that's what I'm saying.
Scan
That's what I'm trying to tell
barcode.
them. They keep talking about it, but it ain't gonna happen until I see it happen. This is the last team, so if it ain't happening, it ain't happening.
So
Look, you're doing it right now.
wristband, you want over 21, under 21, and what? That's it?
And then I'm gonna have.
This one's good too.
Yeah.
Just to,
I'm probably gonna still pick up that.
Switch on.
I know how to
But this
charge
is not a
people
flat.
immediately. Right? Before there was
and
cash
do,
out.
we'll talk about.
But this is, Kate, you got it?
Pay the lady.
Yes.
Before I know.
Ching ching.
And then what happened?
Wait. It's- You gotta,
But I erased
Listen,
it.
you have to practice, you have to practice.
I think that's
Person that was supposed to host downstairs.
That's the other thing.
It's her, I don't, no, this is, this,
Well, I need somebody to host the dance. Those
What you got? What?
you know, bring the vendors down.
it's not big enough, giggity. Oh, that's not what he said. I'm trying to make it, does it flat?
I'm sure.
Oh, y'all haven't met my new best friend? Oh, you my new best friend? Okay. All right. So at the expo, he's going to be the host.
If you break it, you want it.
He's going to be the host, guys, downstairs at the expo.
Okay.
Have you all met Lester, my new best friend?
That was quick.
That's right.
You know, all of us are best friends give you place.
No. Lester's my new best friend. What's your name again? He said,
Hope y'all like the commercial.
they're excited to see it. We're
I'm
excited.
Did you
excited.
upload it? You sent it?
And you're creating.
You sent it already?
He's going to program what the QR code does.
Because I know Craig Finality name. I know.
which means
Yeah.
Everybody, I'm sorry. Well, actually,
Yes.
it would help me if, you know what it is? I guess sitting over here and that ear is behind, the ear thing is behind y'all. It's like I can't necessarily hear some of the things y'all say.
You want to turn the AC off?
Right there, you can hear him.
You're not my best friend, you're my sister.
They came on time.
Don't be jealous. Okay.
That's different.
All right, so let's see how much better that is. Now I can hear you. Okay, so
Are you sure?
he creates getting the QR code, and then we're going to program that QR code. That when they scan it,
It goes
okay,
straight to where you need to go.
no, that's why I
On
was
the website,
I'll just go
on the sign up.
to what?
To the mailing list, what do you want?
No big deal.
And donate.
Right, donate.
And donate.
But you still are missing that part still has to be programmed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. You put it on those things.
But you know what, you could,
Yeah,
They're programming it right now, Lee. What's the
No,
problem?
before he has to
does-
do that, I have to write the form
Send him the app.
can I,
on the thing so that it knows what to collect.
Yeah.
But how about you guys tell me what information you want me to put into the form so
Someone write it down.
Oh,
that
Like-
I know what to program.
Mailing list and donation.
So, so you want to know what the form for the mailing list? You need,
No.
for,
We were trying to capture information. You know, the health department and all of the state who funds most of these activities like to get some feedback on what the
I'm trying to take.
demographics are for some of the events, right? So things that we need to know is, it would be great if we can get gender identity, we could get age, and name.
oh, that could,
Email is easier also. I like to get people.
a Google Doc, right?
so, yeah, so, I wouldn't say name because if, I'm just concerned about passing information to the health department.
I'm not passing information to the health
Okay.
department. They ask me for totals and numbers.
Oh, okay.
So the only way to identify that we got individual
right.
separate people you collect.
Right.
Name,
So,
email,
name.
you know, or we could do phone number, but I prefer email because
Right.
it's less personal. Ask them what their gender identity is
Yeah.
because they ask me,
Gender,
get male, females, whatever, how people identify.
Sexual identity.
Are we doing race?
I think I'd rather not break it down by sexual. I'd rather break it down by gender.
Okay.
Are we,
By gender identity.
are we doing race?
No, we're all.
We need name,
No, that's not true.
age, gender identity, and email.
I'm gonna fill it out.
And when they get the
Listen,
success,
that's
that's when
loud.
they pass,
I'm college.
when they show us the success that they
Here. Kalua.
Not sexual orientation.
Kalua. Kalua.
Because why would I be asking people what do you do for sex? Like there has to be a reason. You come into an expo and I want to know if you're a lesbian or you're a top. Like I don't want to. I just feel that that's an extra personal level we don't have to do at that particular event. But we would like to know, because we would like to keep track. You know, this event was attended by more males or by more females or by more trans. So I'm saying gender identity.
Okay.
I'm not necessarily care about the sexual preferences. Now, on another note, Blondell might want to know everybody what they do in the bed, but I
Only one person I need to know what they do in the bed, that's Room, that's it.
That's your hood, that's your hood, man.
Anybody else, only, I don't know nothing.
We'll see that, please.
You don't have to bring it a date.
Did you have a
because
date?
a lot of people find that phone number too personal, so I'd rather just get the email. Instead, with everybody, even people who don't have a wonderful iPhone, still get, you know, their emails to their phone. No shade.
Baby, these heavy devices.
Ever since I got upgraded to an iPhone. So
Yeah.
I'm too.
they gave me a fever for a long time. I had a sidekick.
Forever, like way past the time you should have had a sidekick. It wasn't even like
Okay,
sidekick.
okay.
Oh,
Back to the meeting now.
Yeah, just those 4 things. Okay, so, all right, so looks like we might be able to make that happen.
And then their success is what we'll use to allow them to come in. So that's how you capture them.
Yeah.
It should be fairly quickly, it's there answering it.
So you know they did it, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so in order to do that, then this information
Then they
has
can
to get
answer.
emailed to someone, that email has to be logged into a
So
tablet,
you have
that
to-
person has to be holding the tablet.
No,
So
no,
that
no,
you
no, no,
can
no,
get
no,
the
no. No, what they're gonna
confirmation of the
do is,
email.
no, what we're gonna do is, once he creates the QR code, we'll put them out on the tables, and all they have to do is scan it, and they can fill it out from their cell phones.
Yeah.
And it gets stored.
And then, so
He's
if
saying
this,
you have to wait until you get confirmation that it has been filled
Oh,
out
no.
before they
Sure,
go
not
in.
to submit.
But doesn't it, shouldn't it respond back to their phone?
Yeah.
Automatically, all they should have to do is
Yeah.
show you when you get them the
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I know when I done a QR code at an event or something, it
Or
comes back,
if
it says thank you or something
Or
message back to it.
if you do the automatic response.
You can do that too.
That's what I'm saying, it'll pop back and say thank you or you've completed.
Well, he has to program that, that's what
I
I'm saying.
know, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
and the email, you should put a mailing, have a Black Pride mailing list.
Yeah, we know, we got
Okay,
that.
you got that?
part.
I'm on my
Yeah, we
business.
got it.
That's it.
Joe said step back, I got this.
Mailing list.
Okay.
Yeah, go to be the best friend.
All right. So a couple of other things. So wait a minute, we're good with that, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about other stuff. Everything looks amazing for the crowns, all the jewels and all that great stuff. He has been paid. The stuff is being shipped to me. I should have it by
Shipped to
Monday.
you?
Yes, maybe. I should have it by Monday.
Oh.
Why you say it like that?
You live in Brooklyn.
It's not going to. It's going to where all the stuff gets shipped. And my stuff in Harlem.
Oh, okay.
Why you said like somebody's gonna steal it in Brooklyn? What you trying to say about
Because
Brooklyn?
he's the
Stand up, Brooklyn.
You just got to Brooklyn.
As soon as you come to Brooklyn, you already know what the energy is. You already know what the energy
It
is.
It's
changes.
going to the box.
But you like it, right?
I loved everything. I looked
Did
at
you
it
see them
today.
down crown?
I called them today. I spoke to them today.
Absolutely.
You saw it?
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so exciting.
I wanna see it. That
Also,
would be on
as I said, all of the awards showed up. We went through all of the awards. Everything looks amazing. The plaques came, winner of swimwear, blah, 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 blah. All of that came, and all of that looks amazing. The boxes of that stuff is there today. What else did I get? So, and you guys know whatever happened about the sash situation?
He
Nothing.
never called me.
He never did. Done, period. I got the time is done. So that's not happening.
But
I'm
has-
upset about it, but I'll get over it. What else?
Because you have the medallions are,
They are beautiful.
oh, they are so special.
But still,
you
I
wearing
wanted
those,
them, when they go to events to have their sash.
Huh?
I wanted them to have their
Yes.
sash when they go to events and
Well,
stuff.
we will work on that after the pageant and just have it made after the pageant. So that they have it and then they can have it. But I think that it's too much.
At the end of the day, it's fine. We're doing amazing. It's gonna be amazing. Other things we have to talk about. There is also going to be I think I told you guys the video, the 360 photo thing. Video photo thing. So that will be at the expo also. I'm just kind of playing where exactly I should put that, but I think it would be hot for that to kind of be downstairs in that room.
In that back corner.
Is there somebody who's going to work that area so it doesn't get?
No, it's the people who I'm bringing in. It's their stuff, so they handle that. And
I like it when do you have the idea of having it when you're downstairs in the back right corner?
No, but that has to be a space for vendors. I was thinking about it, and I think initially what I was going to do was where I was going to put it doesn't make sense because that needs energy. People like to hear music when it's playing because they like to dance and pose and the whole thing. So the perfect space is somewhere downstairs where the music will be playing and the whole thing, but not on the outside where the big vendors gotta go.
You mean,
remember,
I'm talking about the bathroom.
I know, but that's that big area up below the stairs, and we have two vendors that need to have that.
And also, so it's not distracting to what's actually going on in that space.
Because that's where a lot of traffic is.
But we want to bring the traffic in the hall spaces to see all the vendors, to see the show, to see the performers, all that stuff, right?
What email address do you want for the,
The NYC at Yahoo. What else? Should it be Yahoo or should it be just ask that? Because something about Gmail, Google, emails.
Your Google Forms works better with your Gmail.
Yeah, and you can move, you have better access to doing stuff with the Gmail. Yeah.
I mean, Yahoo is dead anyway, so I mean, it's like it.
Okay. Good idea.
Do you have a Hotmail too?
Do you pay for space on the
First off, we're not
Google, the
going to
Gmail?
judge people for having Yahoo and Hotmail.
I don't really use my Gmail account. Only people that ever hit me on my Gmail account, I know it's personal, so that's how I don't use Gmail for that.
Okay.
But business-wise,
Yeah.
I do know, like, something happened with my phone.
Yeah.
The Gmail is what they connect to download all your stuff, the pictures and all that stuff. So probably it makes more sense that we won't lose people's information, the mailing list or whatever. I'm not technical, but yeah.
So Gmail will be the best.
It's personal.
I have 75 minutes, so.
All right. What other things I need to say about the expo stuff? We know that Japan is one of the artists, and we also, Mark Angel is one of the artists. And,
Sorry, one mic.
you know, like,
No, I said one mic because I can't.
One mic.
I would love that. I know, and most of them don't, but I like to still try to get myself I appreciate it. So, if there was a shit, you got a couple arguments. Total faith for it. That's good. Are you talking about my daughter? Are you talking about Jenny? Oh, wait a minute. You know what? My daughter's Joy is. You know something? Let's just say. Shenanigans? Why are you laughing? That's her name.
It's oh, okay. Is it, like, I thought it was either cinnamon or shenanigans.
Okay, fine. Just smile with me and say, that sounds good. But you know, do you
She got it, what?
Yeah. And so she's performing. So I just forgot about that. So thank you for that. I need to get her thing. Okay, I think she did text me that.
Do you get all the forms from Lambda?
They had to take care of something, and they're having a problem at the shop, it's our problem.
But with the time, with the time still not.
No, that's taken care of, they submitted it, all that is.
So, should we make a filter off announcement at the end?
Huh?
Should we make a filter off announcement at the end?
We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about all that stuff. I'm coming. Okay. I want you to get to the clips. I want you to get to the video and all the good stuff. All the people that didn't show up down here, the ones that used to be my best friends, that didn't show up.
It's okay,
I'm not mad at you.
you'll see us in your nightmare.
Okay, let's see.
We'll find
something. Okay, so where else?
So we were just still on the expo.
Yeah, we're still in church, but we haven't even gotten down to the mini ball or like.
Yeah. So the mini
ball's part there.
Well, the mini ball part we'll talk about. I really was going to eliminate the mini ball, and I decided to kind of not do the main heritage ball, but I was still trying to just keep a little active and maybe do a couple of categories. But you know how things go with this event, right? We fundraise, and then it reaches a point, don't reach your goal, you have to work with the budget that we have. It is what it is. So I wanted to do the mini ball, I wanted to do a little segment with some money and stuff like that, and that didn't necessarily work.
So there's no mini ball happening.
So I think I'm just going to cut the mini ball off, because some other things have happened, you know, and I'll leave that off camera. Guys, I'm sorry.
Yo.
So, anyways, what I'm going to do is, we're going to leave that off. We're going to focus on this. We have the amazing Lester, my best friend.
There's a lot.
Take care of cleaning up the out music. He's going to work with all of the vendors. He's going to give them a little time to shine and talk and do all that great stuff. You know, and maybe we'll get some of y'all to come down. Ronnie might need you to come down and twerk a little bit or something.
Who's
She likes to shake her boobies.
Not since I have gotten married.
No.
So anyway, stuff like that. Anyway, I think that's pretty much most of it. Now, the other pieces of that is, again, technical stuff. We gotta do 3 runner shows, right? We gotta do a runner show of what things are gonna be happening downstairs that I have to lay out for the technicians. We have to do a runner show of the trans bodybuilders and the runner show for the pageant.
The lucky ever gets that too.
Jose was supposed to be tracking that down. He said he was going to take care of that for me. I got an email. Email from Lucky and Leilani on the running show for the trans bodybuilders. Yeah. And I have a little rundown that I have to work with the whole programming of the pageant, and I'm going to work through that. What else? I think at that, videos, right? So we have videos for the stuff. We have to.
Okay.
So there's some videos that have to be shown. I'm going to work out that with some little commercials.
You're going to show that in the pageant as well, correct?
I'm working to work that out. Right?
Yes, because I think that
technically it's one technician, and we have to give him a run and say this plays downstairs at this time, and this will play upstairs at this time. So that's why it was important for me to get everybody on the show so that we can lay it all out. However, while the pageants and stuff are going on, people are still going to be flowing in and out.
Yes.
We still want to make sure that there's still great stuff happening on the screens,
Yeah.
but with no sound, right? People like to see this, visual entertainment.
Is there a way you can do it on 2 separate zips? One zip for upstairs and one zip for...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
While stuff is going on upstairs, we still gonna have things going on downstairs.
No, I mean, like, you said you have to tell him when to play something upstairs and when to play something downstairs. But if they're on 2 separate things, downstairs has...
still one technician and still one room, right? So I have to tell him, at this time, let's say the HR decides to be video, right? At this time, I need that to play downstairs. I have to let him know when that's gonna happen. I have to tell him when to play it upstairs during each event. So that's what I'm saying. I need to give him a run of what that looks like. And the only way to interweave all of that is that's why I need to so then I can say at 2 o'clock, because nothing's going on here, you should be playing that. At this o'clock, you understand what I'm saying now? Right. So that's why I said there has to be 3 run shows.
Okay. I didn't realize there's one technician for upstairs and downstairs. I thought there was 2 separate.
No, the controls are upstairs. So, but it's not that that's hard to navigate.
No.
And he could have done something separate downstairs, but it's not enough downstairs that warranted to hire another technician just specifically to come in, and no one's giving me more money. So we'll work with what we got. But anyway, that's all of that. I think we're all laid out on that. The other thing is the beach, right? Here we go, the beach, every single year. The beach is from 12 to 8, everyone. I'm asking all of the vendors to come out to the beach at 10 o'clock, so they have 2 hours to set up. I need to help with cocoa and stuff. Those guys deliver and they will set up because they have to tie, insurance-wise, they have to tie those tents and stuff down, but we still need help sometimes bringing the tables and the chairs and setting them up underneath all the things. I'm not asking you to carry any of that. However, what we also need people to do is I'll have to have more than one floor plan because it's so simple that the way it is laid out with the person's name in what space they get. And I don't care who comes to you and tells you that I like the sun on my back and I want this over here. They get the space we gave them. There are reasons that they're laid out that way. There are certain vendors that have contributed to have specific spacing, like Gilead, so to speak. They need a space to pay for it, the extra wide space or 3 locations. People that paid for we're gonna have the health department and the testing booths, they're specific. Mm-hmm. So people don't get to tell you, I changed my mind, I don't want that. You understand? And there are also people that are going to be connected to on the side where the beach is because they do hospitality tents because they're bringing food to feed communities. So they need their tent to be where their hospitality tent is. So it becomes extremely delicate, and every year let people convince them that they should start switching. And that's the problem.
So I
Not me.
People know.
Okay. So if you're good at telling people no.
And I love to co-sign his no.
And you know already.
No, I know
I
that.
play
I'm just saying, but we need more than one.
But there's a tap.
Just
saying,
No.
I'm so sorry.
Yes.
I've done VIP at the wall.
All right. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Everybody, so we're good with that?
I work with
Saturday and Sunday is mine.
All right, so here's the thing. Here's the thing, everybody. If you are committing to being at the beach at 10 in the morning, then you should not be the person at the club at 5 o'clock the night before. Hello?
Oh, I wasn't going to the club anyways.
Okay, because
So
all
don't ask
those people, every time, are bragging. I'm not saying you, I'm not naming names, but it happens all the time.
Are you
The
serious?
people that commit to be at the beach in the morning and not at there in the morning. And I end up bragging myself.
But see, the other thing too is
I have a
that
brand new swimsuit and a rag.
usually, normally, it's the ball. So if I'm leaving the ball at 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, because I, you know.
But you're usually there, so I'm not complaining about you. You're
Okay.
there.
Oh, stop complaining about me this time.
So you're gonna be at the beach early?
Oh yeah, I'll be at the beach about.
Well, I want to get there early anyway because it's season for parking.
Well,
I mean, I live the closest.
So remember, the parking lot is right there, so we.
Yeah, but if you get there late, the parking lot fills up.
Yeah, fast.
Fast.
Okay.
So I'm already game to be there early.
All right, so other pieces that we're working on, pieces to the beaches, I am still trying to see if I can get
So I'm sorry. That piece that you were talking about, what is that called? Where I'm telling people where they can and cannot go? Floor plan. So I'm the floor plan monitor?
Just going to be more than one floor plan. All I'm saying is they're very, very easy to read because where we are located is off a street, right? Which is 21st Street. So what makes that very easy is that you see the street, you see where the floor plan starts, and you follow it back. 1, 2, 3. So if somebody's in the third one and they don't like it and they decide to start switching it, I need to make sure that people monitor that who is in that space is who's supposed to be in that space. Every year, people decide to move themselves. And that's where the problem becomes, right? So I'm asking people to be there early and on time to avoid that happening is as they're setting up tables, people are going to be arriving. And they look at it and go, oh, I want the first one. Well, the first one ain't yours. Or do you know if the first one is yours? You should ask first before you just run and grab a booth. You know what I mean? So people think it's like an open season thing, and it's not. So in order to do that without offending people, because we don't want to offend people, they're very sensitive about it. That's okay. They've talked about me quite a bit about it, but it's business. And businesses, that's fine, but it's business. And businesses, if two trans organizations want to be together because they're going to go together and they're going to pay for food to have a hospitality tent, then that makes sense. They belong together. So somebody else can't come in and say, well, I want to be next to her though. Well, no. That's not how that works. That's all I'm trying to say. The spaces are being coordinated in a certain way that everyone is comfortable with it and they're near where they need to be, right? So now we always have off-duty police officers that are there. We have the men and women from Gold are going to be there. So they're plain clothes and there will be some officers there. So we're always well protected. If anybody sees something happening that does not look right, if anyone feels uncomfortable, if anybody sees a stranger or something happening that you think we need to raise the alert for.
Security.
No, just come quietly to get up on the cause situation, and I'm asking that you find me, or you find Coco, or you find Londell, or whoever else is going to be Selena, and you let us know so that we can go and alert and keep people from to say, something's going on, this person is a little suspicious. Sometimes we've had, sometimes homeless people want to lay down right in the middle of the floor, or there's usually other festivals that are happening around us, and we want to make sure that it stays a safe space while they're on that beach. So things of that sort, just to be aware of everything that's going on. The other piece is we are there near the amphitheater, and the amphitheater always opens up and allows us in and out to use the bathroom. However, the amphitheater space now is no longer owned by Coney Island, so we're not sure if they're going to give us open access to using it. So that I hopefully will know before then. If not, whoever gets there early, take a walk over and just find out is it open to the public to go in and out to use the bathroom. If it's not, that means that folks will have to use the public bathroom, which is a little bit down, okay? But that's important, so I'm gonna see if I can find that out before, because people always wanna know where to go to the bathroom, right?
Margarita Island, they have decent bathrooms.
Yes.
And $10 at Top Shelf.
Okay, so other things is, we're working with one of the schools, Opus, who wanted to do something. They've come in and they've done some special things for the youth and for kids. But this year, I'm not really sure if that piece is going to happen. We're not doing the whole little kid setup with the bungee thing. Actually, the adults were on that thing more than the kids were. But anyway, we're going to set up something fun, and we're going to figure out what that is for the kids. If not, for a couple of years, what I did do was I worked with volunteers. And some of the volunteers, we have actually led groups to take them down to the arcade and play some games. Not necessarily about them riding the rides unless they're with their parents. But we did have a group one year go with the parents and take them all the way down to the aquarium. The idea is we want the kids to have a fun time and not be necessarily staring at a bunch of adults grinding on each other on the boardwalk, right? Right? So we want to keep it a family situation at the beach. So I'm asking all hands to be on deck at the beach as well, because this is also going to be, this is like an outdoor party. It's going to be an outdoor concert. So we have 3 mainstream ladies performing, and I may need some runners to help them to get water, juice, and things. We're going to figure out that piece. So one of the things I wanted to keep in mind, I need to make sure that somebody helps remind me that we need a cooler. We need to bring some big things of water, cups. I need to get mirrors. If we're not able to rent the dressing room trailer, then in the tent, I want to make sure that we have all the things that they need in the dressing tent, right? And then I need a volunteer who is going to be security for the tent. That means no one's in and out of that tent. That means if the ladies are on the stage performing, no one's in there, so nobody don't go in there and nosy through their stuff or take anything, you understand? We're all good with that. So those are some of the needs. So that's why I'm asking for all hands on deck, because that's a lot of moving pieces again, right? All right. Same thing, so 10 o'clock is when the time is for everybody to go there and set up. I ask everybody to be there. The event actually starts at 12. It ends at 8. Most of the time, by 7, 7:30, most of the vendors, they're tired. They're ready to go home anyway. They start wrapping up. But we also try to leave the space with cleanup, pulling all the garbage in trash cans. We don't have to dump them, we just have to bring them to the garbage areas. Again, we're not doing a whole bunch of gift bag stuff this year, so that process should really be easy because we're not doing a whole bunch of gift bags and all that. Every vendor is bringing their own stuff. So I'm looking at this should be a nice, clean, easy event if everybody comes and shows up. So I'm asking people to stay, because what happens is a lot of people come, and then when it's time for the event to end, everybody disappears. And I need to help break down like the tables and the chairs and the garbage and the bags. So please, all hands on deck. Any friends you have that want to volunteer, that is the event that we need the most. That's the event that brings in thousands of people that are roaming up and down. And that's the one that most scares me because there's always pockets of stuff we have to keep our eyes out on. What's going on?
Yeah, somebody might go
Okay.
visit.
So also, as I said, the health department is going to be, we're not going to be doing the normal STD testing. We're not doing the HIV testing. We're not doing the STIs and all of that this year. This year, the health department has agreed to help break down some of the inequity around the monkeypox situation. So they're committed to coming Saturday to the expo and Sunday to the beach. The two booths that we normally, the two tents that we normally do the testing, is going to be dedicated to them to give out appointments for monkeypox, strictly for our community. Okay? So those areas are private because they can still have private conversations to folks in there, any paperwork that they need to fill out and stuff. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. That sums it up for that event.
Let me ask you a question. When you talk about the kids, how many kids do you normally like?
Every year is different. So we specifically had a vendor who went and paid for the whole bungee thing. They spent money. They had volleyball and stuff like that. So we had the Kiki Scene came and they were having a battle of the Kiki Scene houses and playing volleyball. And we had little kids that were like 7 or 8 and we gave them paint and buckets and they were painting everything themselves and everything else and then went in the water. Like, it really depends on who showed up. But we had thought about it that we wanted to have activities for them and they were on the sand part of the area. So when I'm asking for volunteers that will be there and monitor them, right? Because sometimes the parents are off running and they think their kids are sitting in the sand and all of a sudden the kids start walking down towards the water and no one's really watching them the way they need to be watched. And I want everybody to feel comfortable. So we have to have the extra volunteers just if we, to watch the kids.
I mean, as a teacher, I don't mind, but I don't want to do it full time.
Yeah, but like I said.
Because I do kids full time.
There's different things we could do. So when we did that, the Coney Island people complained that bungee thing went too far into the boardwalk. It was too wide. And we could not turn it the long way because what it does is like you try to run or walk as far as you can on that thing before the bungee stretches enough to pull you back, right? The thing is, those little kids were so light when that thing pulled them back. They literally were in the air, like flying through the air going back. So it needed to be in a space that was a little bit more open and stuff like that. It was a lot of fun for them. It was a lot of fun for the adults that got on it too, although I was scared when I started seeing grown people flying in the air, but it was good. Anyway, the point is, they're still up in the air if they're going to, I told them to invest in some kind of games, and I guess they're still figuring out what budgets will look like for them. bottom line is, if they do it or they don't do it, people always come with their kids. So we should be prepared to have some activity or some people to monitor kids in the beach. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, just as long as it doesn't become like, okay, it's like a daycare. Like, okay, here's this is the group that's dealing with kids and.
My only concern with
I
that
don't know, 'cause I haven't
It's the silence for me.
Because at the end of the day, I do feel some responsibility
Right.
with the parents and kids, and I don't feel comfortable. I know what it is. You know what is going on at the beach event. We've been doing this beach event for years, even when it used to be at Beach Beach. And people are gonna come with their thongs. It becomes very sexualized, and I don't feel like we should create a safe space for the kids to be kids, and they should not have to be. I want the adults to be themselves and be gay and be free and the whole thing, but shouldn't we allow kids to have that safe space without them being, without that part to it? So, always with that in mind, creating that safe space is good. You understand?
Wait, so it's like,
are we having kids who have parents there, or just any kids?
Well, they come with their parents.
They come with their parents.
Well, you know, I've been before. Sometimes the kids come to the neighborhood and see stuff. And
Yeah, no, I know.
Well, we can't control that.
But I'm just saying, are we allowing them to participate?
I'm saying kids because they come kids. I'm talking about 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds.
No, the ones that they come with their parents.
But how do we know that sometimes?
Well, the 5-year-olds, the 10-year-olds,
They
they
come
come
with
with
their
their
kids and stuff. And they're partying and that's their kids. I'm just saying. So I just want to ultimately, I want to know that a kid wasn't, but without he walked straight out into the water. We've had, one year, we had it happen where 2 kids were playing, and they kept getting closer because they were trying to collect seashells or whatever it was. And they kept getting closer to the water, closer to the water. You know, sometimes the parents are not watching. We should be watching also. That's all I'm saying. That's all.
Yes, y'all should be.
Yeah.
It's the y'all for me.
Yeah. All right, so it's not that deep. I just want us to all have eyes on things. The police are going to be there also. So it works better when we have activities for the kids. They didn't drift away. They stayed playing with the games and the whole thing. If we don't have activities, what do kids do? They roam. So I'm just trying to say, let us all be aware.
I want to see if my cousin can come up.
All right, so the last piece, and I know we have to get out of here, and I'm gonna pay for extra time too, is 2 other things. One is, I want to see what these fabulous 2 gentlemen film some amazing different perspectives around campaigns, some video, some stuff to post on the website, tools to use in promoting and different things we're going to be using at the events. And Lester, guys that team, I should say, or spokesmodels that he selected is real diverse, and they're going to be showing up at the events. They're going to be like our spokesmodels, which is amazing. And they're great. They're young people, and what I love about it is their perspectives about Black Pride and stuff like that. It's different than you old hags in here, so it's great. So, can we see what you've done? So I'm asking everybody to kind of come down this end, because we have one screen, and we can look at and see what kind of things what he shot. And then we're going to look at TikTok. See how the girls, they know how they age. They know their age.
I'm sedentary.
I can't look at the first one.
Ray, you know how to take the video?
You know what I did?
My God.
So, yeah, before he shows it, can you give us a little breakdown of what we're about to see?
Yes.
His pieces
So I
and
have, there's 2 versions. There's 2 versions. The main version is with the regular rectangular version, like this version. And that's the real version for IG Grills that's popular now. So there's like 2 different edits. But the first one, let me show you, is the 15-second loop that is that coincides with the packages of all the commercials. So all of them can look the same cohesively. And you can actually use it. Let's do the 15-second first.
I just put the full commercial.
So go back to the end.
So you can see.
I put a 7-second delay for recording purposes. And I kind of like went with the whole house music thing that it repeats. So it loses, it's like it's going on and on, but it repeats after the beat.
Just like house music.
Yeah. And then that one is, oh, you can do this one. This one is the, let's see what it is first. Oh, this is the video commercial.
Was that you? Finally! We got you. Finally.
Fine. Okay, come on,
Okay.
Come on, folks, around us.
It was the look.
The real version.
Selena, I'm so proud of you. That's way out the comfort zone.
I know.
Yeah.
It was.
Somebody talking
So this would be more of
representation.
your phone version.
Right, that's why.
Oh, that's good.
Everybody kept canceling at the last minute.
Oh, nice.
Okay, all right.
Looks nice.
Yeah.
It was like 52 was supposed to come, and like everybody was canceling at the last minute.
Don't worry.
I love
It looks good, it looks young, it looks hip, it looks nice.
I like it.
It looks nice.
And here is the actual commercial. I don't have the real version, but I have the wide version of it, which is with like a YouTube. Yeah.
I don't know, you know that was right? Sacred Walker. She does a lot of LGBT stuff.
Walking down the street, it's from the bodega, the restaurant, the styles, it's weird. But now, if I see that, you know, right, so to have like gay pride is something important to me. It's important that we stand for what we believe and what we love and who we love, so that others can also have that experience. Black pride has been the basis of gay work for a very long time, just an undercurrent. And now we can see that those are starting to really come to the surface and show where we've been and how strong we've been. Black pride and liberation is the opportunity for us as Black people to be celebrated. It is important to have Black pride because I believe we represent more than just you. Black anything is culture. Black pride first means that you're Black. It doesn't matter if you're Black, queer, trans, lesbian, gay. Black pride for me is being out, proud, love myself.
All right.
You did that.
You did that.
I don't know.
Come on, man.
Glad they included all age groups.
Give me that bottle, sweet. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Very good.
Okay, you can have best friends fucking.
Yes, it does. Okay, Selena, thank you.
You did amazing.
You did amazing and you ready. You came out great.
You all only knew how much like
Oh.
that went out of her comfort zone.
I do know, and that's why she said it in the meeting, like, When I said it, you know, some women, she was like this. Like, you trying to do? So,
Everybody represents.
we're very happy. Thank you very much. You represent.
Yeah, it had to represented
All right.
as well.
So now let's look at something a little bit different. Now we're gonna look at where'd he go?
No.
No, there you go. You on.
Nolan is
Nolan, you know you.
doing a lot right now.
Alright, so let me give you
Oh, that's not the first one, is it?
Do you know what you take?
No, go ahead, do your thing. Go ahead, do your thing. I'm gonna close my eyes.
Alright, so we got a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Fine, they're all going on the site.
Yeah.
Every single one of them.
All right. So,
Informational stuff like this.
we are richly complected.
I'm gonna add the captions
And we come
afterwards.
together to celebrate Black Pride as a way to uplift us culturally and celebrate our contributions to society. Come around and celebrate Black
Hold on.
At least you just like, come on! Y'all have no idea how long it took us to get that.
I'm sure.
Alright.
First event held as a human right.
You guys pay attention?
Okay, do that one again. The other one.
Black Pride is a 5-day event.
Okay, well.
Oh, who's that?
First event held as a human right. Black reflections hosted by me. And then we have the Heritage Award ceremony.
The Black Pride Expo.
All right.
You have no idea what we're doing.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
That's my newest laugh. That's my newest laugh.
Y'all leave my brother alone, but it took a long time to get that taken.
So then we have some more experimental stuff where I'm gonna overlay text about events on.
Okay.
Okay. Excuse me.
Yeah, all the footage with him is amazing.
All of that.
Keep all of it.
Which I have everything, yeah. Everything.
You just took it, didn't you?
Okay, let me see this.
The fact that you would even discuss my looks is insane.
This is
I'm
the
a
Black
bad
Pride text about the
bitch.
event.
Always been a bad bitch.
I like that in the background.
Oh yes, it's real person.
Okay. So now, we've seen all these great clips, we've seen these commercials. Now we're going to talk about the rollout. How are we rolling this stuff out, guys?
So I have been talking to some influencers on TikTok, pulling in some favors. I'm going to have some people making just announcements to direct people to the Pride page. The Instagram's already has an established base, so I'll download every single file, every video that I have without the TikTok watermark, and they can be shared on IG Reels. But how we're going to paste that out is the question.
That's what I'm asking you. Right. So we have created a Black Pride TikTok page. Welcome. I'm in TikTok.
You have TikTok.
We have a Black Pride TikTok. Don't have an idea what I'm going to put on it yet. Or what we're going to do with it.
I'll share it to the group page.
Yes. TikTok. Right. So we stepped in.
How many videos do you have?
You still old, isn't it?
We have two videos up right now.
Okay.
We have this video up right now on the Pride. And we have this video.
And that's on the TikTok. That's on the TikTok.
It's on TikTok.
Right.
Black Pride. It begins August 16th through the 21st. Where can people find out more information?
17th. Remember we did it again, it's at 17th.
No, that was last week. Okay, I'll take that. I'll private it.
No, the 16th is not.
There's an event.
The official date's
There's
17th.
the official date. I mean, that's what I'm saying. We can keep it there. It's just not the official
I'll
date.
clarify in the comments.
Okay.
All right. So we'll talk about more about how we're going to really do that. And again, I'm new to TikTok. I'm a TikTok virgin. So as a TikTok virgin, how do we share this out? How do we make this TikTok magic go viral?
Well, I think right now, we're gonna have to engage. I'm gonna have to engage some people who already have followings to go onto the page.
Okay.
And that way, it will get the traction going for the videos to come down.
Okay.
That makes sense to you.
Okay, however you want me to do it. Yeah. You know, if I got a tag on there, and do I get to share the videos? I don't know, but you're gonna teach me. I'm a virgin.
It feels good, doesn't it? It feels good to say it, right?
Why are you laughing? Be a virgin. Okay. Now we're gonna talk about your campaign. How are we looking to roll these amazing videos out?
Well, the commercial's on the site right now.
Can you said that I'm sorry to interrupt you. I think there's IG Reels stuff, right? That you did?
You created something.
Yeah.
Can you send me those?
Yeah. So you can start out small first, starting out with the 15-second loop, and then gradually getting to the commercial. Then there's the next step after the 15 loop, which is like
Okay, so
introducing.
I'm going back here. I told you I was a virgin. So as a virgin, I don't know what I'm stepping into. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the website, right? And when I as a virgin, y'all laughing at me being a
You
virgin.
just want to keep saying, that's all you
I do. So as a virgin, I'm going to go to the website. Why? As a virgin, I'm going to go to the website. I'm going to play the video. And when I play the video, then I do what? I share it, I click share or something?
This what I would do.
Okay. Show me on my phone.
I would text you.
No. I want to be.
But this is how it goes. I would text you the video through there, and what you do the text, you save it in your phone.
Okay.
Go on your Instagram.
And then I post it.
Upload it to Instagram.
Okay.
And
So wait, because some of y'all are virgins, so y'all just didn't know. How are we driving the traffic back to the website to get people to know about the event?
The link in the comments.
The link in the comments on what? Oh, when I post it
after each commercial and promo, I put visit Black or NYC Black Project.
Can you put a swipe up?
You can.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but
Say that again?
well, it depends on how Black Friday is. Like, it's set up like a business, so it's not set up personal. So you can actually swipe up on.
You can attach the link to the store.
Okay, y'all forget I'm a virgin. Say it again. I'm new. Act like I don't know. I'm a
It's
virgin.
been popped.
I'm gonna go to. What am I gonna go to on my Instagram? I'm gonna go to my Instagram. Right?
Okay, so
Okay, boom. Here I
I'm
am.
gonna. This is the example I'm sending to you right now, so we can practice. So
You're gonna text it to me.
right now,
Okay, so I'm gonna.
this link is 50.
I'm chilling. I'm a virgin. I'm chilling.
Right. This is what I was sending you. Just this version, right?
Okay, send it to me.
IG version, real.
Yes, but it's not gonna have all that on the side, is it?
No.
When you upload it on Instagram, there's an option that let you to zoom in, and it's going to zoom into only that part.
Oh, but you can't get rid of it. I don't want people to see that.
No, it's going to be gone when you. I'm sure
It'll
you.
go away.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead. Send it to me.
This is
It's
so
always
patient.
the virgin always gonna conduct everything. It's 30 years, don't do that.
Virgins ask a lot of questions.
Okay. So you're gonna text me and, okay, cool. If not, I will harass you.
Okay, please do.
I knew you could do it. I knew you could.
And then what I'll do is I will use your video.
Y'all still have a little time, right? Because I couldn't have talked to you guys too. You cut it off. No, you can't. You don't have to facilitate. I'm just saying.
Do I have your
I've already set up
Can you change my tool?
event. So you just upload, if you're at one event, you upload the pictures for that event to that folder, and they automatically.
And filter off.
Perfect.
And, okay, wait, everybody. So, great news.
So we have a really great sponsor called Filter Off. They are the first video app ever. So you know how when you're on these dating apps and like you have to send photos, you don't know if the person's real or not. All that gets eliminated because you can just schedule a video chat with them. Anyways, they're sponsoring Black Pride this year, and we gotta get some downloads. So I'm gonna send you guys an affiliate link, and we're gonna, yeah.
No more fishing, no more catfishing.
That's
We'll be trying it, you know.
What's the affiliate?
That's my
I'm a virgin, but I'm married, so just trying to say I don't know about that.
I'm going on Instagram Live with the CEO of Filter Off, talk about Black Pride on Monday.
Right, but what we're going to do right now is you're going to get folks right here to do your filter off.
Okay, let's do that.
I already did mine.
I did mine too.
You should have said deliver.
It's an app. All you can do is download that. You know, make a profile, and
Will you
it
do
would
that?
help us and our sponsor.
Yeah, we can just download it. We don't have to. Yeah.
Download the app.
Download the app. Download the app and just make a profile.
Oh, this right
I'm gonna send it. All right, I'm gonna send the Black Pride link into the group chat.
Did you just send me a? Did you just send me a?
No, these folks, you got to get them right now. Get them right here. Get them all. And you can even get them to add it.
Oh yeah, you guys.
Just don't show your spouses, but you.
No, you can download the app and then delete it. There's so I know this out for Black Friday.
Do you need us to show you? You put a screen print.
I need to know that you really download the app.
Yeah, I have it, but I need to get a screen print.
Wait.
It's called filter off, but we have a black line link.
No, because Nolan.
Filter off.
Is this the thing you're talking about? But where is it?
There's not a link to that.
No, there's no link to the app on this.
Wait, hold on.
So am I supposed to screenshot that sent to your father? That's what I did. Taking a long time is that I downloaded it and sent it to them.
Okay. While you were sending
that to me, I gotta go run to the front. I'll be right back.
Send me the
So,
1 second. I'll be right back.
how did you get
Is this it here?
I know you're trying to finish video so I can share it on my page.
I just clicked in here. So does that automatically download to your phone? That's a sensitive.
What's that?
Like I say, I want to do it from my I want to post that on my website.
Wait, no,
But that's what I said, like TV version, I can see you want the real version, or the skinny version, it's like the regular version.
Well, I'm gonna post on my Instagram and then on the website.
Is that this one? 347. That is what I said. I just say NYC.
I don't have, I could print it to you.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, let me get my number.
Oh, 390. What do you mean as far as?
I gotta make it ass.
Oh, in TikTok. You need to tell me the platform.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I think it should be the same across the board, so it should be NYC.
Because what you were saying is I can take it off the website, is what you were saying?
No, you just press share, and
Okay.
then one comes up, and you can email it.
And we can also,
And then
is it downloadable? Well, you can just send it to me.
What's your number?
I
Oh, I could just take the link.
Yeah, my number.
The link works?
You know,
The link, no, people that use.
Yes.
the way that I put it up here was I copied the link, and then I'm actually playing it through YouTube.
Oh,
Like, it's
then,
not even on the site.
Yeah. And you download it.
And that's what it needs to be like our website.
Messenger.
It's on.
You're sending me the
Yeah.
And I just embed the link into the code. And I just embed the link into the code to the website and stuff like that.
And then I'm gonna take
I was so nervous. I lost all my words. Like everything you asked me, I knew. But when I had to go say it, I was like, I don't forgot names. I don't forgot.
It's working. It's working.
it is working? Okay.
I had to watch the best.
You only know how my stomach was turning and moving while I was like, it was so crazy.
right, so that, you go,
Send it to me. Send me. Did I text you back yesterday?
What do you want them to do the same thing?
Yeah.
Send you a screenshot? Yeah.
I think you're in here.
I don't have it, but
All I did is download it. Helps our black class.
Did not call you.
347 356 2940.
No, I
Oh, that's you.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I got.
skin like that.
Just grab the link and drop it into the
That's
thing.
the one where I need skin like that.
actually what black class.
I can't just find out about that. I should find out I can't make you live.
Can I actually look like I moved?
I texted you. Oh, well, you already have it. No, I had yours. You didn't have it. Really? You gotta forget.
You trying to get me on the
You gotta forget. PJ's in the Philip be forgetting shit. James, you can't forget. This mic still on? Mic still out?
Because remember, I'm precious, so you should.
Hi, Mike. Nothing was said. The thoughts and opinions expressed were those of none.
You had the people, you had people in the background, they was talking, they was moving, like, that was an interesting setup. So thank you for everything.
Wait, you guys, can I get?
Is it one video?
Can we get one moment of silence? Sorry, guys. What does Black Pride mean to you?
Black Pride to me means American history. If there was no black people, there would have been no Stonewall. There would be no LGBT history, hence American history.
Good word.
Next!
Really quick.
Me?
Learn out of my two.
Educated girls.
I hope this app is exciting. Tell someone.
Do I look like you?
Will you send me my stuff?
What am I doing here?
What happened? That just good. Yes, they always come. I'm always the shit.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you to do earlier.
Oh, Jesus. Touchdown.
Okay. You ain't gotta tell me. You got it.
Hey, what happened? Thing that they sent it to me, correct?
Yeah.
Did you send me the link to the page?
Okay, cool. Did I say go? I've been saying, that's an example. Go to NYC, New York City, black.
I have to.
Go to the black people website.
Make a reel for the commercial.
Go to where the color folk are.
Is that the one you want, or you want like?
Go to the
Instagram.
The homosexual.
Y'all got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was the moment of silence, and then Lee walked in for me.
16th floor after G.
It kind of looks like Tinder to me.
Yes.
I've been on every dating app.
Where are you?
So, where are you from?
Yes. Yes. It's probably her
So should
calling
I
right now.
That's me. That's me.
Uh-huh.
You gotta let it go through.
What time?
First. You gotta let it go. It came out really nice.
Where is she at?
I wish I could have made it, but I couldn't make it. You want to do another one?
What?
Okay, don't tell her it's me.
The same studio. There's more people.
Hey, Patty, my grandbaby.
Okay, she wants to go to the Everyone's like, I'm going upstairs. To be